Hi, I'm Danny and this is my Spider 1890 Pro platform basket cherry picker. Today I am going to show you how to operate this fantastic machine. Now this is not a training video. You need to be IPAF certificated to operate a cherry picker, but I'm making this video to demonstrate how it's done, just in case you ever need to operate one and you are fully qualified. Let's get this bad boy off the trailer and crack on, and I'll show you how to operate it. To fire up the diesel engine, I turn on this key here. And we have to wait a few seconds for the onboard computer to boot up. And it'll beep at us when it does. It's going to come to life. There you go. Then if we're starting this machine from cold, we have to warm up the glow plugs using this button here, just like you would in a diesel car. Once they're sufficiently warmed up, turn the key, and she's alive! Let me show you the remote control. This remote controls all the functions when tracking the machine around. These two levers here control the tracks, and ultimately you push them in the direction that you want the machine to go. And if you want to turn, you have to push the levers in one direction or slightly change the direction, because this changes how the tracks move. Pro tip on this point, never just fully lock them in either direction trying to move the machine on the spot. You run the risk of ripping a track off doing that. Likewise, if you're on grass or very hot tarmac, you can damage surfaces doing that. These outer buttons control the outriggers, so that will take them up or down depending which way you move them. We have an on-off switch here for the machine. We have a fast or slow button. When tracking in a straight line, you put it in the tortoise mode, the machine will go much faster. But if trying to navigate around things, putting it in the tortoise mode gives it much better torque and will turn easier. Big red button, this will stop the controller, turning it off. It's currently in the off position, and this is the on switch. To turn the handset on, I twist that button so that this is flopped up, press this button here, and I get a little red LED light. And we want to get the machine off. I'm going to pull the levers down. We've got a little picture of the basket here, so I know by pulling the levers down, the basket will move forward. Let's see that in action. Let's try that again, and try not to destroy my ratchet straps. Let's see that in action. It's worth noting that by controlling the machine with this remote control, it means I can stay quite a fair distance away from the machine. It gives me good visibility around it, and it also means I'm a safe distance away should any disasters happen. We're in a big wide open space at the moment, but a really useful feature of this machine is that you can make these tracks narrower. By doing that, you lower the machine and the machine itself becomes a lot more compact, meaning it can fit through spaces that are 800mm wide, which is most garden gates. A really super useful addition to the machine, making it super versatile. But let's move this machine into a position that we can get the outriggers down and we can show you the other functions. I want to move it into this corner here, and by doing that, the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to move one side of the tracks down, and then when the machine's pointing in the direction I want it to go, we can move the other track, and it's going where I want it to go. And I think that's a good enough position. Now, these outer levers control the legs on the machine, or the outriggers. You cannot use the basket or work the machine without the outriggers being down. This is what makes it safe. It gives it stability. The machine needs to be level and on solid ground. I've positioned the spreader pads underneath the outriggers, and this machine is super clever. It can self-level. The way you do that is you press the rabbit or the hare, press towards the hare and press the on button at the same time. This will automatically level the machine. and we'll turn it off for a second. At this point, it's probably very important for me to say, when setting the machine up, it's important to put it on the correct type of ground. Use your spreader plate and make sure you don't put it on top of any drains or manholes or BT lids or something hollow, because when you're reaching out with your machine, you don't want the ground underneath you to give way. That's what's going to bring your machine down. Soft or saturated ground can also cause you problems. Try and set up on something solid, because if you don't, disaster can happen. And yes, I do know from personal experience. It's all good fun. And then you've got to figure out how to pick your machine up again. Bloody nightmare. But you live and learn, and these disasters, they make you a better cherry picker operator, hopefully. Okay, so the machine's set up, it's nice and level, it's on solid ground. Let me show you how to actually operate the machine. How to make it go up and down, because that's what it's all about. We have got levers on the ground, just here. To make it work in the air, I need to push this lever into that position, and now that gives me control of the basket and the booms from down here. But we don't want to be doing that, we want to do it from the basket. So let's take you inside there. Before we get into the basket, let's have a quick conversation about wearing the appropriate clothing and safety equipment. I am wearing steel toe cap shoes. I highly recommend you do the same. Accidents can happen, things can end up on your feet. It's very painful when it does if you're not wearing steel toe cap shoes. Trust me, I speak from experience. I've lost the toenails to prove it. Secondly, we are in the middle of nowhere today. But if I was in an area with a high density of people walking around, it would be very sensible to wear high-vis clothing. It lets people know that you're the operator of the machine. It just generally helps people make aware of who you are, that you're there, and so that they can see you. Thirdly, the HSE highly recommend that you wear a harness when in a cherry picker. So I recommend the same to you, and it helps you from being catapulted out of the basket or generally falling down to your doom. So let's get that on and let's go up and we'll show you the controls inside the basket. Easiest way to get this on, lie it flat on the ground. So it is in a pattern like so. You can see that. Then simply step your legs into these two loops here. Then pick up these two sections here, slide the whole thing up, put them over your arms, put these bits over your shoulders, and buckle yourself up. Tighten your straps so that they're comfortable and so that you won't slip out in an emergency situation. I like to have the lanyard attached to my back. It just makes moving around easier. And I'll clip the front of it to me like that for now. So first things first, to turn it on, make sure that the big red stop button, used to be red, is on the on position. Then press the big green, used to be green, button to fire her up. And in we climb. As you can see, I have got 6 levers, and currently my fly jib is in the stowed position, so I need to take it out of the stowed position. That's inside this bracket here. I'll do that by moving this one, because that controls the fly jib. I'll then go up on the first boom. This is the boom that's attached to the body, and that, as you can see, will operate the boom that's attached to the body. The second boom from the body is the telescopic boom, and that's the one that says platform basket on it. And then this lever here will control my telescopic boom to boom in and out. There we go. So let's boom up and let's have a look around us. Well, there you go. I have showed you how to move the machine around, set it up safely, what safety equipment to wear while operating it, and how to operate the machine in the basket. I think I've demonstrated what a useful and versatile machine this is, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you have enjoyed watching the video, please give it a like, and if you've got anything to say, leave it in the comments. For more content on cherry pickers, roofs, chimneys, please subscribe to the channel. Until then, I will see you on the next job. Thanks for watching.